Welcome to episode 86 of Shane Talks. I broke out the shiny shirt. I put on the glasses, which means only one thing. We're traveling back to 1999 again. It's been a long time since we did one of our shtick episodes, and this month we're doing a musical draft of 1999. Don't worry, it'll make sense in a little while when I explain it. As always, I am joined by the greatest co-host in the history of podcasting, Mr. Jason L. Mayer. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Doing well. Sarah Michelle Gellar judges you.
Oh, does she?
Oh,
Well, we'll see.
Looks like
We'll
she's
see.
judging you.
okay. You can judge me anytime.
I couldn't do a musical episode without inviting Mr. Jason Richardson to join us. It's been a while, sir. Welcome back. How you been?
Whoop,
I've
whoop.
been well, thank you. Thank you very much for having me back. I'm good.
Absolutely. Like I said, when music's involved, I got to reach out to you and see if you want to talk. And
Give the
then
man
Troy,
his credentials, man. Like this man is like local legend, ZPL, Future Hot 96, top three. Like
It's been a minute or two.
You used to come in and aggravate him all the time. Yo, man, play me some Sister Hazel. The only way to get on the radio.
It's all for you.
and then I had to invite Troy Myers on to be a part of the actual show this time, since the genesis of all of this came from a podcast that Troy and I both listen to. It's a podcast called 60 Songs That Explain the 90s. They just wrapped up their 120th episode, which they are now calling The End. Rob Hervella picked the perfect song to go out on, as he did Semisonic's Closing Time for the 120th episode. Back in December, Jason and I went and saw Phoenix on the Fault Line. And that night in December, when we went and saw Phoenix on the Fault Line, I was a couple episodes behind on 60 Songs That Explain the 90s. So on my drive downtown, I was listening to episode, where is it? I guess it was just the November 29th episode. I guess it didn't have a number, but it was a live episode that he did with two other people where they did a musical draft. And this was something that I had never heard of before. But Rob and his two guests had an MC that walked them through it, and they had to draft songs from his book, which he did on the first 60 Songs That Explain the 90s. So they had to draft songs from his book. We're going to do it a little bit differently. We are going to do songs from 1999. So we'll get to that here in a little bit, but that's what this episode is going to be and why I've got my musical friends on here with me. My first question, we're going to do it really quick and short. Is there anything coming up anytime soon that anybody's excited about? Jason Richardson, you got a movie or a concert or anything coming up soon?
I don't even know what's coming out.
Fair enough.
Like I can't even, I'm not keeping up like I used to. So if I'm pulling for something, if I'm reaching, if I can get into this head, what am I looking forward to this year? No, I don't know.
Okay, well, that's a fair enough answer. There have been other episodes where Jason and I have had a similar answer. Troy, anything coming up that you're excited for? Any movies? Any concerts?
I think I'm gonna run the mini, and basically, I'm a member at the Can, so I see everything that they have.
Right on.
So whatever gets there, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, right on. Mr. Mayor, anything new and exciting for you that you're looking for? Nothing?
Bad Boys for Life just dropped their trailer.
Really? Oh, well, I guess I know what I'm
So
doing.
we were just talking about it a couple of weeks or last month on the podcast, maybe. They were talking about how they just wrapped up filming last month. They dropped the trailer today or yesterday, I think. And yeah, this movie comes out in June. You know what? I enjoyed the first, the third, second one sucks, but whatever. Separate
What's
the
your
art from
opinion
the
on the
artist.
trailer? Does the trailer look fun?
Yeah, and it's more fun times with Marcus and Mike.
Okay, that sounds
Marcus,
good.
yeah, it's Marcus and Mike. Yeah, I was like Lowry. So yeah, that's what. Yeah, I'm still sticking with that because that was cool. Yeah, my son's turning 14 this month, so looking forward to celebrating with him.
Nice. Mine, I think I've mentioned before, but it's on point for tonight's episode. This summer, there happens to be a tour coming through Indianapolis called the Summer of '99 Tour. And two of my favorite bands are on this tour, Creed and Three Doors Down. So I'm taking Mr. Mayor on a little date night. Creed
Oh my god, I just
Scott
threw up in my
Stapp
mouth a
Creed.
little bit.
Scott Stapp Creed is coming in August, and I'm gonna take Mr. Mayor on a
Whoa,
little date
Scott,
night to go see it.
is that why you wore a shiny shirt?
I mean, I can probably go pull out my leather jacket from the closet if I wanted to put that on too.
Is that the
Wow.
group My Sacrifice?
Yes, they did sing My
Yes.
Sacrifice. I mean, they're more known for like With Arms Wide Open.
With arms wide open,
We're all wide
The Jesus
open.
pose. Yep, yep.
can you take me higher?
Literally my favorite band of the
To the
90s that I have never
best
seen live. So, yeah.
You know what though? I gotta give it that song, that guitar riff in that song's pretty dang cool. So like when they were playing it, the guitar parts of Higher are really cool. And it worked really well in the trailer for Titan AE when that
Oh,
came
yeah.
in.
Yep. Good call.
You know,
Yep, yep.
Is Creed
they
better
were
than
they were
Nickelback?
part of that time. I give them credit. They are very talented.
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that one, Troy.
But
What was Troy's question? I didn't hear it.
they can play music. It's just I don't know. I never connected with Creed.
With a bunch of white dudes.
They had one song about in the grave or something deep down.
I know which song you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it.
You're not a big Creed fan, then, are you?
Well, okay.
Whoa.
Troy, what was your comment that I missed?
Oh, I just asked if Creed were better than Nickelback.
Oh,
Yes.
Nickelback's better. No,
No.
Nickelback.
I'm sorry.
Whoa, we got hot take fire over here. I'm gonna
Nickelback.
go with the guy that had to play the requests of both of those things at some point. So
Nope, I'm
yeah.
sorry. Nope, can't get on with that.
I kid you not. Nickelback was that group that just women just threw their freaking underwear at them, man. I mean, they just
Wasn't Chad
loved
Kroeger
this-
married to Avril Lavigne, or are they still? Were they married? Or am I
They
making that
were.
up?
I think they were hitched for a little bit, but not no
Oh, okay.
longer. So,
Not anymore. Okay, gotcha.
yeah.
Word. Well, so another little bit that we've been doing on the show this year is looking back at albums that are 25 years old. So we're gonna look at some albums from 1999. Now, granted, April was a pretty dry month, but there were two one-hit wonders that came out in April. So let's just see if any of you guys ever owned any of these albums. On April 6th, Buck Cherry released the Buck Cherry album with their one-hit wonder Lit Up. Anybody own the Buck Cherry album? I did.
Oh no, sorry. I liked Sorry.
I've never heard of it. I don't know
Buck
that song.
Cherry?
Yeah.
Didn't Buck Cherry have that song Crazy Bitch like 5 years later that was like huge?
Okay. Cool. So maybe they're not a one-hit wonder band.
Sorry.
It was definitely number one at the strip club.
Sorry.
Cool, my bad. Two-hit wonder band there. But okay, so
Sorry.
was Tal Bachman a one-hit wonder with She's So High? Because that came out on April 13th of 1999.
Oh,
That she's so high.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know.
hope nobody picks that. I hope nobody picks that one.
You hope nobody
I
picks
mean,
it.
you better take it first, buddy. You
Yeah.
better take it first if you want it.
You better pick that category and that number one right now.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, so very cool. Mr. Richardson, before the show started, you asked me if I was having a drink tonight because most times on this podcast, you only come bearing water. I only had water until you said that, so I decided to grab me a sour beer. So I'm drinking a Duclaw Sour Me. It's a fruit punch sour. So that's what I'm drinking. What alcoholic beverage did you bring tonight?
I'm kind of into the Jose Cuervo pre-made ready margarita. This
Okay.
one is strawberry.
Strawberry. Okay, right on. And then
And
Mr.
it's
Mayor, I know you're drinking on a beer
pretty
tonight. What are you
good.
drinking?
Oh, it's a Shipyard pumpkin ale. That's still like, yeah, we're rocking out from a couple of months ago. I hadn't
So-
finished that six pack.
Look back deep in the fridge.
6 months ago.
Dude, it still tastes good. It's been in the back of the fridge ever since I bought it, so
Word.
it works. It's not skunky, so I know when bad beer comes bad beer. So
Well, there is a reason why we stopped calling it the Troy's halftime show because we're nowhere near halftime. And Troy is the one that came with water tonight. Yep.
I'm drinking water out of a Pacer cup. Go
That's
Pacers.
awesome.
Hey,
What,
okay.
man?
Go Sirs.
There's a reason why we stopped calling it the Troy's halftime talk, because we are nowhere near halftime of this episode, but we've done everything we're going to do before the feature presentation. So we're going to go send it over to Shane and Troy, because last month Troy asked me to make sure that I watched the Barbie movie before the Oscars, and I did. So we're going to go to Shane and Troy talking about Barbie and a couple other Oscar movies that I watched on Oscar Sunday. So let's go see what Troy and Shane have to talk about. Thank you, Shane. I appreciate that throw over. Really excited to see where this episode goes. And since we got Troy on the main episode this time, I was invited over to Ken Troy's house to talk this week. Ken Troy, what's up, man?
Welcome to my Mojo Dojo Casa house. Let's talk some horses.
Yeah, I'm excited to be there, man. I'm excited to be here with you. Before we get to talking about your movie, on Oscar Sunday, let's address first. Last month's episode, Troy picked a bunch of movies, and he actually ended up going 8 for 10 on his picks. So I just want to let him know how proud I am of him. He got a lot of his Oscar picks correct. So congratulations. Can you tell Troy congratulations for me?
I might.
You might? Okay, cool. I appreciate that. So on Oscar Sunday, I watched 3 movies before the Oscars. It was a long day of just sitting on my couch doing jack shit. So I wanted to see if you want to talk about any of these movies with me, because I watched The Holdovers, the Paul Giamatti film. You have any thoughts or feelings on The Holdovers?
I saw it.
Do you like it?
It was okay. What do you
Alright.
what do you think about it?
I thought it was okay also. I did like the movie overall as a movie, but I really felt like it was too long. Like I think it was like 220. I feel like if you could have cut a half hour, well, I say this, I feel like if it was a half hour short, like if it was like 145, I think I really would have liked it. But also when I think back on the movie, I don't really remember a part that I could say could be cut out. Like I can't be like, oh, you could have cut this out and it would have made it better. Like if they just would have found a way to make it tighter for me, I think I would have liked it more. But it was fine, nothing special. Giamatti was great. His chemistry with the kid was really good, and overall it was a good story. But again, I got kind of bored while I was watching it. So yeah, that's kind of my opinion on that one. Do you have any more
If,
insight? Do you agree
if
at all?
if the real Troy was here, he would tell you that he wishes that they made movies like that all
Okay.
the time,
Sure.
like they used to.
Yeah.
But that he also wished that that would have been a slightly better movie.
And it definitely felt like a late 90s Miramax type movie. Like it was definitely kind of like that art house genre type movie that the Miramax used to make, but like
Yeah,
I
it also
agree.
had that vibe of like movies that like Robin Williams used to get to make,
Sure.
like a Dead Poet Society, obvious one, or like just kind of like a more serious, like adult oriented, like simple small story.
Sure.
Like, and that was kind of nice. Like I like those.
I definitely agree. Very much a character study, very much a relationship building dynamic type. You know, how do these two opposites interact with each other? Like again, I I want to like it more than I do because again, like I said, I felt really bored while watching it, but not like bored like this sucks, just like bored like where's this going? What's going to happen with it? And I wish they could have gotten there a little faster. But a lot of the stuff in the movie was really strong and powerful in my opinion, but just kind of drug out for me. Um, so before we get to your story, how about Things? Does Troy have any feelings on Poor Things?
Loved it.
Loved it. Okay, it was bonkers, man. That movie was bizarre. They definitely went all out and did some really weird stuff, but at the same time, like it was very interesting watching Emma Stone's character's journey and evolution throughout the course of the movie. The story I thought was okay, kind of a little bit predictable. Like I didn't exactly predict it, but I kind of had an idea of how she got to where she was. But overall, the story itself was pretty well done. But some of the stuff that happens in that movie is pretty bonkers. I unfortunately did not like Mark Ruffalo's character very much. I thought he was probably the weakest character in that movie, in my opinion. I just didn't
But I think that's
understand.
the point.
Is it okay? Okay, I guess I didn't catch on to that.
Like the way I like to think about that movie is not so much a story of like Bella's evolution, man. That story is like an allegory for our future. We got to look at
Oh,
we got to look at things as they are right now. Like, and right now, like over 60% of people who graduate college, higher education are women. That number's only going up. And so we might need to like brace ourselves for the fact that like women are out here learning. They're becoming, as the line in the movie says, their own means of production. They are they're going to slowly take over the world. And it's all because of characters like Mark Ruffalo, who, even though they do um have, I guess, like the educational background, he was a lawyer, yada yada yada, like he can't get out of his own way with his like, I guess, sexual desire in a way.
okay.
And if you look at that as like an allegory for society, like, I mean, it's just where we're going.
Okay.
Yorgos Lanthimos movies are always kind of based on this idea that like if you change one thing, it has so many consequences like going forward.
And he's the same guy that did The Lighthouse, right?
Yorgos Lanthimos did The Lobster. He did Killing of a Sacred Deer. He did The Favorite. No, the Lighthouse guy is like Robert something or the other. Like he's
Oh,
the guy
okay.
that did
My
The
bad.
Witch and the other one.
Oh, okay. The way, yeah. Sorry, I got him confused with that. And I feel like this
Robert Eggers.
Yorgos guy had done something else that I really liked, and I can't remember what it was now.
Man, I mean, Yorgos is pretty good, man.
Oh, very cool. All right, man. So last episode, Troy begged me, not necessarily begged me, but implored me to watch the Barbie movie. He's done it for a couple of weeks now. Really told me that I should watch it. The first day that it hit HBO Max or Max or whatever the fuck it's called now, I turned it on. I tried to watch it. I watched those first 5 minutes, the opening musical number, and I guess I wasn't in the mood for it at that moment. But I turned it off after those first 5 minutes. I was like, I am not the target demographic for this movie. I can't do this. So I had to turn it off. Troy and some other friends of mine kept telling me, no, it's really good. You just have to give it a chance. So I did. And I still will argue that I am not the target demographic for this movie. I appreciate the movie for what it is and what it accomplished. But I can't say that I liked the movie. I didn't hate the movie in any way. I thought it was a very well made movie. I thought the storytelling was better than I expected. I just don't understand why, if it's so easy to go back and forth between Barbie Land and the real world, why not everybody on the planet is doing it. But I guess those are questions that I just shouldn't bother asking. Um, I didn't the Will Ferrell subplot. I just didn't care for. I thought that was pretty dumb. I love the cast though. The cast is pretty awesome. The cast has some great people in it, but I um I need Ken Troy to correct me and explain to me why I'm not loving this movie as much as everybody else does.
Well, finally, I get to talk about me
Yeah,
for a while. My favorite topic. Um, so the thing is, like, I think you need to like recognize that like what you said was largely correct. Like, well-made movie. The Will Ferrell part was weak. Yada yada yada. Um, but the main acknowledgement is like you at least understand that this movie was not made for you.
yeah,
And it's not. It wasn't made for me either. But I want to talk about it in terms of like what it actually is, as opposed to like what I would need it to be or want it to be to give it like a 5-star letterbox review or whatever. What it is inventive as hell. What it is
sure.
like, because no, like the thing is like, okay, let's look at this in the context of like award season, where like there's like this narrative now that like in award season that Oppenheimer somehow won Barbenheimer because it
Uh-huh.
won like the Oscar and it won some awards and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, let's take a step back and talk about what we're really talking about. And what we're talking about with the difference between Barbie and Oppenheimer is Oppenheimer had everything there already.
Sure.
Greta Gerwig took a fucking doll that's never had a plot line, never had like a storyline other than she does everything. There's a Dr. Barbie, there's a karate Barbie, there's a fucking surf Barbie, there's Barbie. And you know what? Like, who the fuck knows? Like, what are there stories attached to this? No, there are not. So she had to conjure something up out of thin air. And to make this kind of like metaphysical, like Charlie Kaufman-esque like narrative actually work about a fucking doll, like, dude, the amount of creativity and the amount of risk taking to do that, like, my hat's off to her. Like, just took such an amazing amount of like gumption on her part to just be like, you know what, we're gonna go for it. Because like, there is no world in which Christopher Nolan makes a movie about Oppenheimer where it isn't up to like a 7 on the quality scale. Just out of, there's no world where that tanks.
Sure.
There are hundreds and millions of worlds out there, alternate universe, where Barbie was complete shit.
Okay.
Because the tightrope Greta Gerwig was walking, making this thing, was so precise. And so, like, did she walk it perfectly? No, there were stumbles. Obviously, the whole part about Mattel was kind of like,
yeah,
yada yada yada. It wasn't my favorite part either. Hats off to her for being able to like skewer her corporate sponsors in a way, though, in like a really like kind of like underhanded way, like pointing out that like this is a male-dominated world selling something to women and they're kind of clueless about it. Sure. Like to sneak that in a movie that is sponsored by Mattel, that's pretty subversive and that's pretty inventive. And to get that in there is like kudos to her again. The production design was bonkers.
It was
like
cool.
Barbie Land was incredible.
Absolutely. I'll definitely say that.
Like, didn't necessarily like speak to me as a man, no. But both times I saw Barbie in the theater, the first time I watched it with Jamie, and she loved it. And that made me love it more than like it probably deserved, because like I was just like, oh, I'm seeing this with somebody who this movie truly is speaking to.
Sure.
And then the second time I saw Barbie, I wore almost this exact getup to a Girl Scout screening for my daughter's Girl Scout troop and other area Girl Scout troops. And literally, like, I spent like 40 minutes afterwards taking pictures in the lobby in the little Barbie photo booth thing with like kids. And
that's awesome.
What, like, and just like, like anything that empowers girls and anything that like kind of like shows them that they are like allowed to just be human. Like the America Ferrera speech is what it's all about. Like, even as a man, if you don't really understand where she's coming from, like, you're not listening.
Yep, absolutely.
And so like, yeah, you asked me like, who took the bigger risk and got the bigger reward, and therefore, like, to me, is a more like interesting and probably award-worthy filmmaker this year. It's definitely Greta Gerwig over Christopher Nolan. Will I normally say that? No, I love what Christopher Nolan does normally. Like, he takes some wild chances.
Yeah, I like Christopher Nolan when he does
not.
I agree.
And so, like, I want to say, like, going forward, like, what do we want from movies? Like, what do we want? Do we want them to be like just biopics where it's just like, here's point A to point B to point C, let's use some different film stocks and make it look splashy with some acting performances? Or do we want something that's just like, hey man, there's a very high chance of failure here, but if we hit this, dude, it's going to be a bonanza? Me personally, man, I'd rather see an art take chances every day, and that's what we did with Barbie.
I like it very much. And as much as Christopher Nolan is like in my top 2 directors of all time, I will admit that between Barbie and Oppenheimer, I definitely enjoyed Barbie more than I enjoyed Oppenheimer, which rough for me to say, because like I said, Christopher Nolan being one of my favorite directors, like it should be easy shoo-in that I would pick his movie. But I will give it to Barbie over Oppenheimer between those 2 movies, because I really just fucking did not enjoy Oppenheimer.
And that again is, you're right, man. Like, you don't have to enjoy, but I it's just what it is.
Yep.
Christopher Nolan made a movie that, while I did enjoy it, like, was formulaic and just kind of like by the numbers. Greta Gerwig
Boring.
painted outside the lines, and
Yep.
there are parts of that thing which are majestic and beautiful and just worth every risk that she took.
And I will also have to admit that I thought I was so my biggest not kind of like fear, but the biggest thing I thought going into the Barbie movie was that it was going to end the same way that the Lego movie ended, where it was just like, oh, you've just been watching somebody play with Barbies for 2 hours. Like there wasn't like this wasn't real, like that kind of concept. So I
Oh
am
man.
very happy that that is not the route that they chose to take with this plot because honestly, every time I saw the trailer or heard or saw anything about Barbie, I just assumed that it was going to be, oh, at the end of the movie, it's just going to, pull back. It's going to be the snow globe. It's going to be some kids were playing with Barbies and they throw them down and like that was the story that we were watching was in these kids' imaginations. So I give them props that they didn't do that and they just kept it with no, Barbie was fucking in the real world in their
Yeah, because
universe.
when you go with that sort of an ending, like it almost like is like a pre-made excuse for everything that has previously come before it. It's
Sure.
kind of just saying, it's just like, oh, you didn't like that, it wasn't real, oh, it was just make believe, like don't blame us. As opposed to Barbie was like, hell nah, she became a real girl, deal with it.
Yep. That was pretty dope.
That's for you to
Um,
figure out.
Yeah. All right, Ken Troy. I appreciate all your time today. I appreciate you talking about yourself and keeping it real. And
Thanks
then
for coming
I
to
have
my Ken Talk.
a
Y'all can leave my Mojo Dojo Casa House. And the patriarchy is surprisingly still not about horses. And so I kind of lost interest.
well. Let's get back to real Troy and the other guys. And I have a feeling that this draft is going to get kind of spicy. I got a feeling that some stuff's going to go down, and I am really excited to see the conversations that are about to take place in this draft. So, Ken Troy, appreciate your time. I will now exit the Ken Mojo Dojo.
Backstreet's back. All right.
What a hot take.
So exciting, right? Like, and I really know how to grasp the audience and like keep their attention and like I give all of it to Troy. Troy, that was an amazing way to carry that episode. I appreciated everything that you said, for the most part.
And that guy in the fur coat talks a lot.
He does, but we like him, and that's why we like him, and that's why we invited him to be on this episode where we are going to now do a 1999 musical draft. And I gave you guys 7 categories. Think of them as your quarterback, your wide receiver, your tight end, your running back, your defense, your kicker. I want you to draft them. I want you to put together, if you were making a mixtape, these are the songs that you want on your mixtape. Yes, Mr. Mayor. No, I apologize. It looked like you had something you wanted to say. So 7 categories that I gave these guys. I gave them rock song, pop song, rap song, a love song, their most personal song, a song from a soundtrack, and a song that had to be #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1999. So the one category that kind of gets a little leeway, it does not have to be a song from 1999, would be songs from a soundtrack. As long as it's on a soundtrack that was released in 1999, the song can be from any time. So kind of gives you a little bit of leeway to pick an older song from that. So before we started recording, I used an online randomizer to randomize all 7 rounds of this draft. We didn't do a snake draft like Troy wanted to. I wanted every round to be random to just, see where fates lie with every round. So round 1, Mr. Richardson got the first draft pick. I will be going second. Mr. Mayer will be going third. And Troy has the 4th pick in round 1. So, Jason Richardson, when I throw it over to you, I want you to pick one of those 7 categories. And then I want you to pick a song and tell us why you picked that song, what that song means to you. Tell me a story about that song. Give me a category and a song. Let's start the draft right now. Round 1, pick 1. You're on the clock, Mr. Richardson.
I'm gonna go with pop song of
Pop song?
1999.
Okay.
And my pop song of 1999 was Kiss Me, Sixpence None the Richer.
Oh, okay.
And that song for me is like a staple of the 90s.
Okay.
More so than a lot of other what most people would think would be, I just remember when that song came out, it it was huge, and everyone was playing it and talking about it, and it was like late summer, hot, really hot weather, and at like some point, I think it was on Dawson's Creek or something,
It
and
was
so
on the
he,
She's All That
It
trailer.
was on the She's All That
She's
trailer.
All That
and the
trailer?
movie. Yep, and the movie.
Yeah.
Anyways, but no, for me, that was just my favorite song of '99, just period. That just is a staple and one of my favorites from that decade. So
Very nice. And you used your pop category for that, right?
that is correct.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure I got that right. All right, with pick number 2, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna grab one that has the least number of possibilities. So I'm gonna grab the Billboard #1 song. So for my Billboard #1 category, I on that list, it's only got a few that I really enjoy, but I just want to make sure that with my first pick in this draft, I get my girl on my draft team. Miss Mariah Carey had Heartbreaker as #1 on October 9th of 1999. So I'm going, it's my girl Mariah. I have to have her on my team. I gotta have a Mariah Carey song. I wanted to make sure nobody else got it since there are a limited number of options for the Billboard #1 song. So with the second pick, I'm taking Mariah Carey and Heartbreaker. Mr. Mayor, you have the third pick.
Ooh, this is tough. I'm gonna go soundtrack. Get this out of the way. It's an iconic song that has transcended decades. So I'm going with soundtrack, and it depends on which version you want to go with. This version's coming off of the Go soundtrack. It is Steppenwolf's Magic Carpet Ride.
Okay, I like it.
Look
Very
at
nice choice.
laughing at photo.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a good. Did the Go soundtrack? Yeah, I've got my eye on some Go songs. All right, Troy, round #1. Finish us off. What's your first overall pick gonna be?
I too was gonna go with Scarcity, and since there are just a limited number of Billboard songs, because that's just how drafts work, you know.
Yep.
There's only 3 good tight ends. There's only about like 4 good Billboard songs. There's really only like one that's acceptable. It is the greatest karaoke song of all time. It is my personal favorite karaoke song to sing. You can find me almost every Sunday night at the Burnside Inn, 6:30 to whenever, singing this song with my man Jason Shaw on piano. It is No Scrubs by TLC.
Okay.
#1 for 4 weeks from April 10th to May 7th. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me.
Okay.
No, I do not want your number. No, I do not want to give you mine. I can only imagine how many times in 1999 you heard that, Shane. And so
yeah, a
that
lot.
really resonate
yeah.
with you.
Yeah, absolutely does.
Yeah.
I've told the story on this podcast before that we had a coworker at Clearwater named oh my God, why am I drawing a blank on her name? She went to high school with us. Her and her brother were killed in a car accident.
Leola.
Leola, thank you. Jeez.
Leola Simpson.
Yeah, Leola Simpson. She used to sing that song a lot at work, and so I mean, I liked the song, but it was one of my memories that I have of her singing that song at work. So yeah, that's awesome. I fully support that.
Such a big song.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it was like every radio station was playing that. It was just
If
because
we're,
that was
if we're,
like their follow up to Red Light Special album. So
Yep,
so
fan
fan
mail.
mail.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that had
if we're
I
building
think
a
it had,
mixtape, we got to come out with a banger. And that's like a clear statement of intent.
Unpretty was on that album too. I really enjoyed that song. All right, we're gonna move into round #2 now, where I get the first pick. In round 2, we're going. I get first. Troy will be going second, followed by Jason Richardson, and then Jason Mayer. So for my round 2, man, you know what? For this category, I only wrote down one song. Not that I think anybody's gonna take this song from me, but I need to make sure that I get it. Just like Mariah, I want this song on mine. So I'm going to go with the most personal song for me. I'm going to ask Mr. Mayor if he has a guess on what this most personal song could possibly be.
Higher by Creed.
Oh, you're so close. You're so close. You were so close. There's a different song that I assumed you would be the one to reference as the most personal song for me. A song that I karaoke at a party and it got recorded on tape. And that tape, I honestly, this week I was thinking about finally releasing that and like putting it on this podcast and making it public. But I only have a VHS version of this, and I don't have a VHS tape that I could run it off onto digital. But
You get it to me, I'll make it happen.
there is a performance that I did of Creed's "What If" at a party at our friend Mark's house. It's not even my favorite Creed song, but it's just one of those ones that like the people that were there for this party and the fact that it got recorded, like it's just kind of one of those urban legend things. I know Jason for a long time was trying to get a copy of the tape. I've been kind of embarrassed about it because I go real over the top with my performance of Creed's "What If," but yeah. So for most personal song, with as we talked about before we started recording Creed, or I'm sorry, during the podcast we talked about the fact that Creed is one of my favorite bands of the '90s, possibly my favorite band of the '90s. Yeah. So Creed's "What If" is my most personal song. I'm gonna get that off of my list. And Troy, you have the second.
Fucking embarrassing, man. Oh shit. All right, let me pull this back together. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, no, you're good. No, you're good.
All right, so I almost had like a minor heart attack earlier when Jason said the Go soundtrack, because that's what I wanted in soundtracks.
Oh. Okay.
And
You're
so
gonna
like
do Steal My Sun. You're doing Steal My Sunshine.
yeah, fuck yeah.
Yep.
It's the most like 1999 song in the soundtrack available. It's dope as shit. It's fucking catchy as fuck. And if we're making a mixtape, I got no scrubs and Steal My Sunshine. You're serenading people with Creed songs. Like, can we just like y'all can go home, man. Go home. Just pick your favorites. Like we're winning over here. We're
In the
straight
top list, those two.
over here.
Steal My
Oh,
Sunshine
man.
is listed in my pop category as one of
Oh.
the options for that category.
Sorry.
Good song.
Mambo
Oh,
number
you're
5
good.
for you, bro.
All right, Mr. Jason Richardson in round 2. What category are you going with?
I'm gonna go with my favorite rock song of 1999.
Rock song. All right, lay it on me. What's your favorite rock song of
It
1999?
is a banger, and still again a 90s staple. Lit My Own Worst Enemy.
It's on my list.
I like that song.
Shit. Okay, I fully support that. That is,
That song for me was one of the first songs where I thought to myself, I could do like top 40 radio. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I hear
Okay.
myself talking over that song, bum 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 dun, 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 dun. And so what, 2 years later, I end up at WZPL.
Dude,
Play
that
that
Place in the
song.
Sun album is so good.
Yeah. So for me, that I have a soft spot for that song, and I
Nice.
never turned an opportunity to listen to that song when it
No,
comes.
you definitely stole that from my list. I gotta erase that now. That is a good one right there. Mr. Mayor, you have the 4th pick in this round. What category are you going with?
Going with rap. We're gonna take the number one probably rap song of the entire year.
I know. I should have gone rap, and I should have. Nobody was going to take Creed. Why didn't I go with rap second? I know what you're taking.
I'm going with Eminem's "My Name Is." Like it's perfect.
I knew somebody would pick that, so I didn't do it.
So, yep, I'm stealing. I know I just stole it off of somebody's list.
Oh, you
So,
definitely stole it off my list. It wasn't what I thought you were going to do, but that was definitely on my list from the Slim Shady LP.
because if you are ever gonna like think back on '99, man, like when he broke out onto the scene for the most part, and like everybody knew that.
Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
Yep.
what's this white boy doing?
What
Like,
is
this
this?
is
But
some
it
crazy
was so
stuff.
catchy, like you couldn't stop listening to it.
Yep.
And you're like,
So,
did he really say that?
so yep, that's the reason why I picked "My Name Is" by Eminem as the number
Oh,
one
man.
song.
Yep, you definitely stole that from me. Man, like when I was putting my list together, I was like, oh man, nobody likes the same shit that I do. I've already had like 3 songs stolen off my list. All right. Cool. We're coming up on round 3. Round 3 has Troy going first, Jason Richardson going second. I'm gonna go third, and Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry, you're stuck in 4th place again this round.
Good.
Yeah, okay, all right. So Troy, start us off. What's round 3 gonna look like for Troy?
Man, trying to decide here. So correct me if I'm wrong. Like both Jasons have pop songs, right?
Uh,
Nope, I have a soundtrack and a rap.
yeah,
Ah,
Mayor is soundtrack and rap.
huh. Interesting. Uh, all right, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and get it out of the way because I want it, and I'm not gonna let anybody steal it. I'm gonna go pop song,
Pop
and
song?
it's I Like Girls in Abercrombie and Fitch.
Oh,
Summer Girls
LFO.
by LFO. Because as the rules clearly establish, we are playing a mixtape battle, and I defy you to put this mixtape up on your fucking little Facebook group and have any girls that you know vote for anybody but me. Like,
Oh,
I mean, I can't argue that as much as dumb as the
He's on the
lyrics
block.
songs are,
Punchy.
they're catchy.
Shiny. Makes me think.
They're literally some of the dumbest
that
lyrics I've ever heard.
song is a straight banger.
It
It's
is.
so good.
All right,
Like,
Mr.
yeah.
Richardson, you got the second pick. What category you go in this round?
I'm gonna go with most personal.
Most personal. All right, most personal. In 1999, what song was the most personal to you?
Tal Bachman's "She's So High."
Oh, look at that.
You literally weren't kidding earlier. Holy crap.
You were not
So-
kidding.
This is stuck with me. I still think of this every once, even to this day. So back in that 99, I was in a 550 square foot apartment.
Yep.
I was like just a messy person, cluttered, and so my bedroom was just full of, always had clothes on the bed and hangers everywhere and just trash. And anyways,
Tall
one
Bachman
morning,
reminds you of trash
what
on the floor. Cool.
one morning, my alarm goes off. So when my alarm goes off, it's on one of the radio stations. So it's on ZPL. And so I'm in bed and all these clothes and hangers are around me. I'm just in a crazy, busy, messy room. And Tal Bachman, "She's So High" is on. And I just remember being out of it and it's waking me up. And I'm like, I hate this fucking song. I hate this fucking song. And then I'm like, you know what? Oh God, I'm broke as shit, but God, I'm having a good time in my life right now. Wait, this song isn't actually that bad. I get it now. Oh my God, I like the song. And that is the moment where I started liking Tal Bachman's "She's So High." And that was a very special moment for me in 1999.
Awesome. Well, so I hope you weren't offended when I called him a one-hit wonder earlier, because I still think he is.
Oh, he is a one-hit wonder.
Okay, right on.
You got James blunted.
All right, so I got the third pick this round, and I only had 2 songs listed in the rap category, and Jason stole one of them. So I'm gonna have to go with my rap song for this round. And I'm going. Go ahead. What would you think is the rap song that I was afraid you were gonna take?
what's it gonna be?
What's it gonna be? Was that? I
Busta.
don't think that was 99. Busta Rhymes and
Busta Rhymes, Janet Jackson.
Yeah,
Gotta
that
be,
was
gotta be,
Was it 99? Okay.
boom, boom.
I did not realize that was a 99 song.
That was a
But
banger.
I'm taking "Forgot About Dre" by Dr. Dre and Eminem,
Oof.
because that and "My Name Is" are the two that I think are literally the greatest rap songs of the 90s. Troy, what is your problem? What the hell is wrong with you?
Nothing.
What do you have to say? What do you have against Dr. Dre and Eminem?
Nothing. It's fine. I'm just
I
like,
sure hope so.
I don't even know why I get worried when you guys start throwing around words like rap song. I'm like, okay.
I have a feeling I know what Troy's is going to be, but I'll wait until he picks that category to throw it out right before he does.
All
Doug,
right. Well, Mr. Mayor, it is the last pick of round 3. Where are you gonna go with this pick, man? What category you want?
Oh man, Troy kind of convinced me here with this whole like the panty dropping songs, man, like
Oh,
making me rethink my love choices.
okay.
So this one you cannot deny that all the girls were all sorts of crazy for Justin Timberlake and the boys back in the day. You gotta admit to that one. Oh no, Troy, you don't even get to laugh about this because no girl I knew didn't have a big old wet panties signal for God must
Daddy, what did you say?
gotta spend a little more time on you. So I think that's probably the one for like yeah. I
What's
knew
the name of the song?
in syncs. God must have spent a little more time on you.
Oh, okay. I heard in yeah, okay, got it.
That's for your love song, right?
Yep.
Love. Okay,
God
gotcha.
must
Love
have
song.
spent little time with you.
I love the fact that having Richardson on here means we get little serenades from each one of these categories. It makes me happy to hear. I'm enjoying it.
That's
Have yourself
true.
a little more margarita because I want this to keep going.
I'm empty right now.
You want to take a break so you can go get another one? We're
Yes,
through
I'll be
round
right
three.
back.
Three rounds.
He was quick.
He was. Well, all right. So Troy, how are you feeling so far? Are you still pretty confident that you think you're gonna win this?
all right, without showing you my list, there's my list. The
I
top
had a
three
feeling.
songs on every fucking thing are right there.
I had a feeling that you had. I mean, I've seen you at our NFL drafts, and I've seen all your chicken scratch notebooks that you use. I had a feeling you did the same thing for this.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna be able to go uh, straight down the line. I think my next draft pick, we are probably gonna talk about category fraud because I
Category
might try
fraud.
and see how that works out.
Hey,
Okay.
Because I need to
I had
I need to ask some serious questions here.
I had some thoughts on that too. So
On what? On what? Why? Well, I mean,
well, no,
James, James,
you definitely have people that saw like groups that cross genres. So
so
you
you
could
can
see it in either category kind of thing. So,
absolutely, yeah, that's
I don't
fine.
know. So
That's totally fine. That's why that's how you interpret the song as to where it falls for you.
yep. All right. Jaybird's
Cool.
back. He's
David's
reef.
back. We're going to round 4 where I get the first pick, followed by Troy, then Jason Richardson, and then Jason Mayer. Man, what do I want to do here? Because I have a feeling that song is safe. I know that song is safe. But then like I've got these two categories that have the same band, and I don't want to double up on the band. Damn.
Was Madonna's Beautiful Stranger 99?
Yes.
Yes, because it was on the Austin Powers soundtrack. Yep. Okay. Shit.
Troy's just smiling. Mm-hmm.
Which one of these do I like better? You know what? Okay. I know that song is safe.
Oh, this is tough, man. This is tough.
All right.
Oh,
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go that and then that. What pick do I have next round? Oh, third.
Haven't you heard?
Okay. Yeah, I think I think I'm gonna go with this. I think I'm gonna because I want this band. I don't need them in this other category. But I could switch things up if I wanted to.
You are so indecisive.
I just again I don't want this one band. I don't want to pick both of these two songs from them.
Gonna have to
So
like edit like this entire section out of this entire thing.
Which Goo Goo Dolls song is he gonna pick, Jason? Which one?
Did City of Angels come out that year? Wasn't that a '99 movie?
which one? City of Angels was 98.
Oh, my fault.
Oh,
No,
bummer.
No, unfortunately, there's nothing that I can use for the Goo Goo Dolls in this year. Yeah, because they were on the City of Angels soundtrack in '98, and then they were on the Here on Earth soundtrack in 2000, and then Busy Up the Girl came out in '98. Yeah, I don't believe I can use any Goo Goo Dolls songs.
Should
No,
totally
man,
change.
I don't need to cut out my indecisiveness. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's just go this way. Let's go this way. I'm gonna jump on the soundtrack bandwagon, and for the soundtrack, I am going to do another song from the Go soundtrack, thus proving how amazing it is. And I'm gonna do No Doubt's New from the Go soundtrack. Yeah. So 3 songs from the Go soundtrack have now been drafted. All right. New from Go. All right. Troy, you got the second pick in this round. Where are you going?
All right, man. Let's have a conversation about category fraud.
Okay, category fraud. What's your
How willing are we to extend like rules here? Because like, okay, like I would argue, okay, Billboard #1 hit, right?
Okay.
I guarantee you, whatever was the #1 song from like January 1st to like whatever was not released in 1999, even though technically it achieved hit status in the calendar year of 1999.
Right.
How would you rate a song like that?
That would be fine as long as it was on the Billboard #1 in the year 1999.
As long as it was on somebody's mind.
But how would you rate a song that maybe was not a #1 on Billboard, but did like was like a song that like was, you know, on the charts in like 1999? It was like it made the top 100 for the year, although technically the album it was released on was released in December of 1998.
So you're saying that it was getting massive airplay into 1999.
No, I'm saying like it was like the second single from an album that was released in December of 1998. It was released to radio as a single in like February of 1999, and then it became a hit in 1999.
That should count. That should count.
I agree.
Maybe okay. All right. Well, I'm sad because I didn't think about this, and it might have changed some of my picks, like the Goo Goo Dolls' "Dizzy Up the Girl" coming out in 1998. But okay, I did not
Like
do my homework.
if you go to like a Spotify and you just type in like 1999 hits, this song will pop up on that.
Okay. It sounds like Mayer and Richardson say it's okay, so I believe we can allow it.
All right, cool, man. I'm gonna go with "Love Song," and I'm gonna take "X Factor" by Lauryn Hill.
Great song.
Great song.
Yeah, this I'm not gonna lie, man. This is the only genuine song on my list. Like maybe up to this point that I'm like, oh, this is like a great song that I listen to like on the regular. That is not just made to like make the people dance and to make the people win. Like I love this song. I hit them right in the middle, song 4 of the 7-song mixtape. So we can just hit them with like quick ballad, get them in their feels, and then we're gonna go back to Party Town and like get back on
that thing.
See, that was the first single that was released before the album in like November. I did my research on that one because I was like, oh, I wanted that one too.
Jason Mayer's like, who's that?
The Fugees?
No, Lauryn Hill.
Man, it's the same thing to Jason Mayer.
Yeah. Sister Act 2. Like, I'm not ignorant, Jaybird. I did grow up.
Wyclef and Praz were not on the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
You're right. But I know who she is because of the Fugees first. Then she went solo. Well, actually, sorry, Sister Act 2 would have been the first thing that I would have known her for.
Gotcha. Okay.
And
Oh
then
man.
the Fugees.
While we fight for 1999 indie street cred, can we just go back to the draft?
All right.
Good.
Third pick in the fourth round goes to Jason Richardson.
And I have to pick a category I haven't picked yet.
You have to pick a category you haven't picked yet. That's
I'm
how
gonna
this
go
works.
Rap
We're going to go rap. All right.
This was a fun song, and I just remember if you could run the sweeper and listen to this song. It's "Baby, I Got Your Money," Old Dirty Bastard.
Oh, that's a great song.
I mean, if you
Good
listen
job.
to that song, I mean, it's like you're sweeping the floor or something. Baby, I got your money. Hey, 30. I just remember everybody kind of correlating that with swing, and it was just a fun, good kind of out of nowhere song from Old Dirty Bastard.
I love it. Kellis on the hook.
Yes. Yeah.
Very nice. All right. Mr. Mayor, again, fourth round. Ooh, pick number 4 in a row, man. I'm sorry the randomizer hated you.
It is what it is, man. I ain't hating on it. We're good.
right.
We're
I had
good.
a snake draft. Sorry, Jay.
Going with my number 1
Okay.
because who doesn't love this song? When it comes on, you're just like, dang, I can get into that every single time. And we're gonna go with Bills.
Oh, okay.
You pay my bills, you pay my
Early Queen Bee.
bills.
Good old Destiny's Child.
Awesome.
So yeah,
All right.
It is so weird to think that they hit the 90s. They were part of the 90s. Like, oh God.
You know what's weird is they weren't even, I mean, they were big, but they weren't even ginormous at that point because they opened for Christina in like August of 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they weren't even huge in 99, and Bills was a number 1 hit. Like,
Right. No, well, they became that 99 kind of escalated them up because, like, Say My Name, I think was the song that
open the door.
that really pushed them into hyperspace. Like,
Yeah.
And then I'm So Survivor, all that stuff, so yeah, but good choice though. Good choice.
Troy, you look like you want to say something.
No. I'm just like thinking. I'm sorry. I'm
You
just
want
like
to pay
strapped up over here.
bills.
Like I'm
All right,
plotting.
cool. Oh, plotting. Gotcha. Yeah, you just had that look on your face like you wanted to make a comment.
No, not yet. Sorry.
Okay. All right, you're cool. Well, Mr. Mayor, going into round 5, we'll call it a snake draft. You get a back-to-back pick here. Pick number 1 in round 5. Then Troy's going to have the second pick. I'm going to have the third pick. And Mr. Richardson will be 4th in round 5. So, Jason, where are you going next?
So I was like, when I was looking at everything and trying to figure out how I wanted to go about things, for me personally, Limp Bizkit kept showing up, right? And like in cat, like as an entity, as something that I was really into at that point in time and could really enjoy listening to. But I was like, man, is that rock or is that pop? Or is that rap? Like, because it kind of goes into all those different categories.
Limp Bizkit?
Yeah.
It's like shit.
They are not my choice, though. I will give you that, Troy. I chose to go with them because I was trying to figure out exactly. And it's entertaining and it's angry music. Like I was listening to it again recently, and I was like, man, this is some angry stuff. And so, but I am not going with that. I am going with I'm going to go into the rock category. I am going to pick a group that is a rock classic. If they're not in the Hall of Fame, I can't remember if they are or not. They should be. I'm going with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And then I am going with what's up?
Scar Tissue.
No, I thought about it, but I love Other Side, man.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that is just such a rockin' awesome song. So I almost went Californication because that's the one that's still popular and they'll still play it all
Sure.
the time. But I was like, man, like, and it's fine. I don't
Yeah.
that whole album's playable from beginning to end for me. But Other Side is just like is a awesome
The
song.
other side.
Definitely agree with you on that.
So yep.
All right, Troy, you have the second pick in round 5. Which category are you going with?
All right, man.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just like trying to decide whether I want to
It's
make
like,
this argument. I'm trying to decide whether I want to make this argument yet.
Pearl.
No, I'm just gonna go with this one. All right, man. So at some point I was like, could I make like the whole fucking list of this, like with all rap songs? Which was the challenge that I thought about early in this process. And I decided against that because I want bangers. But most personal has to be a rap song.
Okay.
For a long time, there's this concept of half price books, where they sold used CDs. And so every year for my birthday, subsequent to 1999, I would get used copies of the CD Little Troy Sitting Fat Down South, from Half Price
What?
Books. One year, Mike Scott got me like 20 of them. And so my most personal song from this year is Wanna Be a Baller by Lil Troy. Wanna be a baller, got collar, 20-inch rims on the Impala.
20-inch
Like,
blade.
I know that song. I've heard of that song, but I literally could not have told you who sang that song. It's literally a guy named Lil Troy.
An artist by the name of Lil Troy.
I
And
never
you-
would have known.
Excuse me
Played that on
for
the
having
radio a few times.
excuse me for having a personal banger. Because like, I mean, you should have expected nothing less because like my personality just oozes bangers.
Wait. So you're telling me like
Box.
you had like a lot of copies of this CD?
Oh
Is
my
that-
God, dude. At one point I had like 25 or 30 copies of the CD. It was like a
Wow.
between like Amber Beck and like Mike Scott and like John Dye and all those kids. They would just like fucking go and like every time they would see him in the like dollar CD bin at like Half Price Books, which was like all the time, they would just pick them up. And so they'd have them and like, without fail for like 5 years straight on my birthday, I would get at least like 2 or 3 copies of
Oh my
Sitting Fat
goodness.
Down South by Lil Troy.
That is
Like,
amazing.
That's
It
wonderful.
was like the fucking dumbest thing. I don't know why. Like, other than obviously his name is Lil Troy.
That's fantastic, man. I love that happening.
It's like a one-hit wonder, one-hit rap wonder.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Well, I get the third pick in round 5. And based on Troy's previous discussion, I did a little research real quick as we are now going to pick a Goo Goo Dolls song because despite the fact that Dizzy Up the Girl was released in November of 1998, the universe is all about to come full circle right now because I looked at the album and I picked what I thought was my favorite song off of Dizzy Up the Girl. And when I clicked on it and I went and I looked at the day that this song was released as a single, it was released on June 7th, my birthday of 1999, and that's Black Balloon by the Goo Goo Dolls. So I'm going to use Troy's logic, and I'm going to use that as my pop song is going to be the Goo Goo Dolls' Black Balloon. That is my pop song. Thank you, Troy, for clarifying things and making me look into that, because now I have the Goo Goo Dolls on my team.
Man, they were huge back then. I just remember they were just everywhere. I mean, that was like top 40 back then. They just kind of ruled the charts.
Because they're awesome.
And the songs would like stick around for a long period. Like, it's like, man, that thing is still charting. Like the Goo Goo Dolls were just gold back then.
Yes, they were. All right, Mr. Richardson, you have the last pick in round 5. Where are you going?
I think the one I haven't done yet is the it's either soundtrack or the love song. Somebody pick it for me.
Soundtrack.
Well, I mean, you should have
Soundtrack.
you should have 3 categories left because we're only in round
Yeah.
5.
Oh, will you tell me then the one I haven't done then?
So
So I'm
soundtrack,
gonna
what are you doing now?
go ahead and do soundtrack on this one. And for me, it's gonna be the Notting Hill soundtrack.
Okay.
Good soundtrack, great moving. And it's I do cherish you for the rest of my life. That is on that soundtrack, 98
Was it?
degrees.
98 degrees, got you.
I say it didn't even have to be on a soundtrack, but I mean, yeah. I came out in 1999. Wait a
All right,
minute.
so let's
So my guess is that Notting Hill was probably a Warner Brothers movie.
Universal.
Oh, was it a Universal? Which also
was
means that
Universal.
they were also owned by then probably
They were
98
on their label.
were on the Universal label. That makes sense.
Mhm.
All right, let's do a quick rundown of Mr. Richardson's categories real quick. You've done soundtrack, you've done rap, you've done your most personal, you've done rock, and you've done pop. So you have the Billboard and you have
Love.
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 Yeah. So yeah, you got Billboard.
I'll do Billboard.
Well, hold on, you don't get a pick
Not
yet.
your turn yet.
Not your turn yet, bro. We're in round 6, and I've got first. Troy has second. Jason Mayer's got third. So at the end of this category, you will get to pick what you want to do next. So I have left love song and rock song. I know my love song is safe, so I'm going to go and jump over into the rock song category. My rock song is from a band I absolutely love. I'm glad it's still available to me. I was considering for my soundtrack doing My Hero by this band, but I am instead going to go with the rock song and Learn to Fly by the Foo Fighters, because the Nothing Left to Lose album is fucking phenomenal. So I'm going with the Foo Fighters and Learn to Fly as my rock song.
That was on my list as well.
Was it? Oh, awesome. Well, I feel vindicated in that I finally picked something that somebody else was thinking about.
You have the most fucking Caucasian fucking like playlists I've ever seen.
Even my rap song has a white dude on it. I didn't even really
Nah,
think
I
about
mean
that.
almost exclusively. Yeah.
Yeah, awkward. Well, that sucks.
Hey, he went with Mariah
That
Carey.
was more for us, Troy.
Hey, good play. I did pick Mariah Carey.
Yeah, good job, Whitey.
Wow.
Okay. Good night.
Oh, is that my Nick cameo for this month?
Yeah.
What's up, brother? How you doing, Nick? Hey,
Hello.
Nick, back in 1999, what song were you listening to the most?
Hold on, what did he ask me?
He said, what song in 1999 were you listening to the most?
I don't know
You don't
exactly.
know? That makes sense.
See this one right here.
Bills.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you're almost to that age where you're gonna have to start worrying about bills.
No, Dad just told me to say that.
Makes sense. Nick, always a pleasure to have you on. Thanks for joining us and saying good night.
Love you.
Love you too, man.
Night,
Later,
guys.
brother.
All right.
Have a good night.
Good luck
All
on that.
right. Round 6. Pick number 2 goes to Troy. What's Troy got?
What do we consider a rock song?
I mean,
Rock
What
is
are the
pretty.
parameters of a rock song?
Just throw it out there. Rock is pretty elaborate.
rock is pretty broad.
Hard rock, soft rock, pop rock.
I mean,
Metal.
Walk This Way with Aerosmith and Run DMC is rock. So
This song, I'm gonna stand on. This song has a guitar in it.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on.
And,
Hey, that song was on my
and because
list.
I really want to win this thing, I want it that way by the Backstreet Boys.
Oh,
As a rock song?
It's got a
I
guitar in
don't.
it.
I don't know.
Tell me why.
Hold on.
It rocks. It
I'm
rocks the crowd.
I'm gonna ask Wikipedia if it considers that a rock song. What was it? I believe
that song was so.
the Backstreet Boys. I Want It That Way.
All the way. That is not a rock
That
song.
song was so huge.
Oh man, I mean,
I Want It That Way is a song by American vocal group Backstreet Boys. The pop ballad. I am sorry, that is not considered rock.
Yeah, I can't back you on that one, Troy. I'll back you on a lot of stuff, but that's not. I'm not going that route.
shit, man.
I apologize. It is considered a pop. If you want it in a pop category, I'll allow that, but I cannot.
I already have
allow
a pop song.
Should have
I'm
picked
sorry,
that.
I
You
cannot
guys
allow
are
that as a
straight
rock
bros,
song.
man. It's a bunch of bullshit, dog.
Well, that sucks.
All right, well, fuck it then. That's a tragedy.
That's a
So
song.
I'll just go ahead and win this thing and take my rap song.
Your rap song now?
Something that will still light up the dance floor at any wedding you go to today, unlike Eminem. It's a little song called Back That Ass Up by Juvenile.
I'm not kidding you. I had it written down. It was in my top 3. I was like, "That's Troy's song." That is.
It was my top 1 rap song, and it was gonna get picked. I was if you guys had said no to Lauryn Hill because of like technicalities or whatever, I was gonna be like, okay, then my love song is "Back That Ass Up" by Juvenile. And we would have just been like, you guys would have been like ultra fucked. So whatever. I still think it's ho shit that you guys didn't give me the Backstreet Boys. I picked a rap song so that I can come back around in the 7th round and re-argue and relitigate that case. I'm going to take it to like a higher court. So Shane, if you can get somebody, actually Mayor, if Letha's around, I'm going to take that to Letha. Because like I want somebody whose opinion I trust and respect on this, not you 3 who are just trying to like get in the way of me winning this motherfucker so hard. A bunch of bullshit. But anyway, Back That Ass Up by Juvenile. It's better than every Eminem song ever. Period.
All right, Mr. Mayor. Round 6, pick number 3. Where are you going with your last 2 categories?
Oh man, this is a tough one. This one for me is literally just that time frame, how silly it was. The music video made fun of everybody that was popular at the time. I broke Joe's nose to this song while we were partying one time. Blink 182 and All the Small Things.
Which category is this rock?
This is gonna be pop for me, man.
Oh, pop
This is
for you.
not a rock song. This is a pop
That was
song.
that was on my list for rock songs. If I
MTV's TRL.
So
yeah, seriously. Okay, how's that a rock song?
All the small things.
he didn't get to choose that. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, that we were messing around and being stupid and videotaping stuff, and I headbutted Joe's nose by accident, and it ended up breaking his nose. So there we go. That's the reason
I
why
was 26 years old. Fuck.
we were all 19.
We're all very young back then.
26. Oh.
So just to have Jason's back, the genre that song is listed at is pop punk and power pop and pop rock. So it is 100% a pop song.
All the small things overall is
it's poppy, it's catchy.
It is poppy catchy, and it crossed over to pop, but it was also like alternative played it.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I agree
so
with
it's kind of, I mean,
Look
that
at
was
Troy, he's just like, no, fuck all you guys.
huge, huge songs.
Look, man, just because you're going to get overruled by the Supreme Court in your next argument,
No, you ain't even ready, dog. You ain't even ready for this. I'm taking notes.
Jason Richardson. Last pick
John
in round
Cochran up
6.
in this motherfucker.
So my last one.
No, you have 2 categories left.
You
I
have a
have
number
love,
one.
and that's it.
You got to pick your number one.
You have your love song and
Yeah,
your
you
Billboard.
gotta give it your
number
love song, dog.
My love song, and then my number one song of all of '99.
Well,
Your
no, like number
Billboard
one,
number one.
Billboard number one.
On the Billboard charts in number one.
Oh,
That
category.
list that I gave
Okay.
you, that category.
Let me go ahead and do my Billboard one and get that over with.
Okay. All right. Your Billboard number one song from 1999. What was it?
So this song was so fucking huge. It has to be one of the most listened to and one of the most popular songs of all time. And from when it debuted,
Please God, let it be Cher.
and when it just went on and on and on for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks.
And I
weeks.
hate this song.
And it's Rob Thomas and Santana Smooth.
Oh, gross.
Absolutely hate this song.
For me, it's a. I think I matured into the song, so I liked it better in time. I never hated it. I just didn't really.
Oh,
But I just remember it being huge and big, and it just everyone just played it and just on and on and on, and it was like a huge staple of the late '90s.
dude,
You know
and
what else was huge and big? Believe by Cher. That song was fucking banger. That was my number two pick.
That
if
was
I didn't
the
name Notes
Billboard's
Gross.
number one song of '99, I think.
dude, but seriously, like Smooth it was so overplayed by everybody. There were points in time probably where it was on 4 or 5 different radio stations in my car, all at the same freaking time. Like that song was so horribly overplayed. I still, when it comes on to this day, I will change the channel if I am listening to the radio. I cannot stand listening to that song.
It's just part of that that time period, man, that generation that it belongs.
Oh no. Ugh.
Yeah, Rob Thomas can stay.
You know what? It's
Back
kind
then.
of like
Like, fuck that
you know what? I'm not big on like Living La Vida Loca and the Macarena and all that stuff, right? But I'm glad I was kind of around to just witness that pop culture phenomenon. I mean, that was just those songs I don't like listen to those songs really that much today, but when those songs were out, man, that was just like a movement, you know?
Understandable. All right, guys. We're going into the 7th round. Everybody's got one category left. Troy, take us home with your last category. Troy's going to go first. I'm going to go second. Jason Mayer will go third. And Mr. Richardson, who had the first overall pick, will also get the last pick of our draft. Number 4. Troy, you're up first. What's your last song? What's your last category? I don't even know what your last category is.
So let me ask you a question.
You still don't have a rock song, do you? You still don't have a
What do
rock
we
song.
consider a rock song?
I'll tell you what's not considered a rock song, and that's the Backstreet Boys. They're not considered a rock song.
All right.
The Backstreet Boys. Hold on, here we go. If I go to Wikipedia and it says that the Backstreet Boys are rock in any way.
No.
I'll give it to you in any way.
Leave Wikipedia alone. I'm just gonna argue this point. Hey, Jay Bird, what is the format of ZPL?
ZPL's top 40.
And is it top 40 pop rock? Is it top 40 just top 40 Billboard? Like,
It's top 40 mainstream.
oh, okay. All right.
Which includes pop rock,
Okay.
country crossovers.
What was ZPL at the time?
Oh, of 99, ZPL was kind of how would you say like a hot AC. And hot AC kind of played that more of the rock stuff, like the Nickelbacks and
But they still played the Backstreet Boys.
oh, Backstreet Boys can still play, yeah.
So the hot AC, the rock. Okay.
So are you Troy? Are you trying to call? What are you trying to define the song as?
Okay.
So
can we all
ZPL
agree?
probably played a lot of pop. But
Can we all
played a lot of
agree that
80s
to
pop.
this day, the Backstreet Boys are played on B105.7?
Yes, they are. Soft rock.
B105.7 is soft rock.
Backstreet Boys,
B105.7.
I consider Backstreet Boys to be soft rock.
Soft rock. Thank you. I Want It That Way. Rock song. Write it down. This mixtape is pure gold. That's a winner. Thank you. I rest my case.
I mean, you think about soft rock song for Backstreet. Imagine being at your dentist and they've got the soft rock station on, right? You know you would hear Backstreet Boys, All I Have to Give. Yeah,
I would hear I Want It That Way. And then I'd hear like
I Want It That Way. You would
and
hear,
then I'd hear like Ain't Even Done With the Night by John Mellencamp, somebody who we would all agree is just a rock singer.
Let me ask you real quick. Would 105.7 play adult contemporary?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Would B105.7 play adult contemporary?
Do you mean like adult contemporary, like a Kenny Loggins or like a Michael McDonald, like rock singers, or do you mean like an adult contemporary, like a Richard Marx or like a?
Would they play R&B or pop or dance pop? Because
R&B, I don't think B105. I don't think would there be.
All I know is B105.7. Literally, it's in their title. Soft rock. B105.7.
We know Troy has to be controversial. I don't agree with it. I don't think the Backstreet Boys would be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame at all.
They're getting there before like anybody else mentioned on this list.
So I don't personally think that it would equate the way that you want it to, Troy. So, and I got your back on most things. So I have, but yep.
I'm gonna say this: there will be a fucking asterisk next to this pick for all time. When I put this shit up on the Facebook group, or when I have Jason put it up on there for me, there will be a fucking asterisk next to this song because I do not consider this a rock song in any way. That is a pop.
All right, so I'm getting outvoted 2-1 on this kangaroo court.
Troy, I'll put it. Troy, can you just give a
ballad?
A follow-up. What's the follow-up song, Troy?
All right, man. I'm gonna take "Lullaby" by Sean Mullins.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'll give you that for a rock song.
It's fucking even slower and softer than fucking "I Want It That Way." One of those things bangs with drum beats and shit, and then one of them is a guy singing a ballad. Exactly what you complained that the Backstreet Boys was, and you were just so soft. You're just like, yeah, I'll give you that one. That's cool. Yeah, dude, he seems like a rocker. He looks like a guy with a guitar. I'm like, bullshit.
Sean Mullins, who specializes in folk rock, instrument rock, and adult alternative. Yes, I will give you that in the rock category. Yeah, I'll allow that in the rock category because that's technically considered a folk rock song. So your round 7 pick is Sean Mullins' "Lullaby" for your rock category, and I'll allow that.
But really, all the people really know. The people will know. This is like, dude, this is like election interference. Like, y'all are stealing this from me, man. You think the fucking people don't know that? You think they can't see that with their own eyes, dude? Like, come on, bro.
Think that's gonna keep you from winning?
Dude, I mean, they're gonna know that this should have been an even greater landslide. Like, I should literally like sweep the vote, but because you won't let me, I Want It That Way to complete this masterpiece banger of a mixtape, which you guys will realize when we say all these songs out loud. You'll just be like, "Oh, where have I gone wrong?" And then you'll be like, "Damn, Troy, I would listen to that at a party." But anyway, make you guys' picks. Like,
all right. We're gonna wrap up round 7. I'm
105.7 with Lil Troy. Want to be a baller?
Yeah.
All right. So my round 7 pick, my category I have left is a love song. I knew this was safe. I knew it was not on anybody else's list. I was not worried about it. I have 2 more white dudes that I'm gonna add to my draft, and that's a little duo known as Savage Garden. And they had a song in 1999 called "Crash and Burn." It is literally one of my favorite songs of the 90s. And obviously Troy is a fan of it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me prophesizing, I'm gonna get the least amount of votes for my mixtape and I will crash and burn, but I fucking love this song. So Savage Garden's Crash and Burn is my love song that I am picking from 1999. Mr. Mayor, what's your last category?
My last category is personal.
Personal.
Now,
Personal.
my question.
Yep.
See, this song came out in like 1997 regularly, but then it was on a soundtrack in 99. Oof.
It's a Verve Bittersweet Symphony.
Ooh. 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 I'll allow it.
No, it's fuck no. If he took it in soundtrack, yeah, you can allow it, but he didn't do that.
So
I think I want to allow it though. Yeah, I think I'll allow it. If that's what you want, I'll allow it.
Bitch, I bought that Verve album in 1997.
Yep.
Like I was in high school, and then this year I was not in high school.
Yep. Nope, that's fine. If you want to use the Verve's Bittersweet Symphony.
wait. So it was released in 1997. Was it ever popular until 1999?
It was popular in 1997 because the video was popping.
Let's find out when it was officially released as a
and all these fucking things, because it was like a fucking
I'm up for interpretation just like you are, Troy. So let's look into that, Shane.
Yep, I'm trying to. Why is Bittersweet? What was Bittersweet Symphony not like the first Bittersweet Symphony song? All right, so Bittersweet Symphony was released as a single on the 16th of June in 1997.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine. I'll back up.
Yeah, when I was like a junior in high school, like I
Well,
wasn't
see,
even fucking.
If the single had been released in '98 and then it came out on the soundtrack in '99, like I was gonna allow that as a progressive.
I get it.
I'm willing to. Was released in June of '97. That might be a little too long.
Oh well, shit, dog. Then I want to take Michael Jackson's Thriller and Rock Song because they were still playing that in 1999. That's a banger.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
I'm willing to back up off of it. I'm gonna back that thing up. Okay. Like let me back that ass up for you there, Troy. So
he's a big fine woman. You back that thing up.
As far as my personal song, with my last pick, oh man, both of these I should be ridiculed for because they are both ridiculous. But this song came out of left field. Nobody was expecting it. It was the hotness when it dropped. Since then, this person has gone a little bit off the deep end in his personal ideas and stuff and what he likes to spout off. But when this song dropped, Ba with the Ba by Kid Rock was one heck of a song. Oh, I already established that, Jaybird.
John and his kid. But that was a big thing then. That was huge.
So yeah, that's my song.
When you were giving that intro, I was really hoping that you were building up the Mambo Number 5 by Lou Bega. Like I was just like, yes, dude, it was so the hotness when it was released. Like I was just like, yes.
A little bit of Monica in your life.
Dog, I love that shit.
Oh man.
So good.
So we have one draft pick left to go. Yeah, Mr. Mayor. Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Nope. You finish. Do the last pick, and then I want to make a comment.
Okay, sounds good. Mr. Richardson, you have the last pick. You had the first. You had the last. You have. What did we decide you had left? Love song. Love song. What love song were you making love to back in 1999?
This song, I think, still holds up today. If I come across it, I on the radio, whatever, I listen to it. I just like it. It is Matchbox 20, who was a real big band around that period and such. And it's Back to Good.
Okay.
Would be my love song because it's about people fucking up. But
that album came out in '99.
Yeah, it came out in 99. Or at least it charted in 99. Okay, Inspector Gadget.
I feel like yourself or someone like you, or was it on the next, it was on Mad Season? Yeah, they didn't have an album in 99. They had one in 96 and one in 2000.
Well, look on the Billboard chart for 1999. It charted.
Back to Good. The 1998 single, what, September of 98. Okay, all right. Close enough. We'll allow it. We'll allow it.
It's on the Billboard chart for 1999.
All right.
But you know what? If I have to be,
No,
if I have to make Shane happy,
No,
then
it's
my
close enough.
follow-up will be 98 Degrees, the hardest thing.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna change it to that for you because like that song did technically come out in 1996. So you're looking at like 3 years. I understand it was released as a single in 98, but that's okay. So I'm gonna give you the 98 Degrees. And what was the name of the song?
The hardest thing.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not any sexual innuendo at all.
It's the hardest thing I ever had to do.
Gotcha. All right. Woo. That was a very fun draft. Mr. Mayor, what was the comment that you wanted to make?
I was gonna say we should all have one redo if we want to off of our list.
Oh, okay. So
No.
changing something that somebody else hasn't drafted yet. Okay.
Does everybody agree to that? That's the
Yeah,
question.
Mr. Richardson,
we should-
No, because I had a perfect draft. Like, I got everything that I wanted.
don't
Like,
have to change anything, but
don't
if
have
you
to
want
change anything.
one song, you can do it on your playlist.
Mr. Richardson, would you want to change anything?
I would can I just give an honorable mention to a song?
Sure. Throw out an honorable mention. I'm surprised you don't have a Britney Spears song on your list anywhere.
Well, I mean, no
The
one's
bottle.
mentioned Baby One More Time.
Mm-hmm.
But this is one that a lot of people don't reference today, which kind of I question, well, was it big at all? But I think it was big, and it was part of the 90s, and it was 702 Where My Girls At. Where My
Okay.
Girls, just as an honorable mention of
Lost the time.
a song of 99. And
Hmm.
I thought that was a huge song back then, but it seems like a lot of people forget about it.
I definitely forgot about it. I would not have thought of that song at all. So
Do you
I
even
definitely-
know the song?
I mean, I know who 702 is, and I assume it's
Where
like
My
the
Girls
one
At,
song.
from the front to back. Well, if you know 702, that's their biggest song.
Yeah, that's what I assumed it was. I didn't know for a fact that was the name of the song, but that's what I assumed.
Okay.
So
Jennifer
Mr.
Lopez, Jennifer Lopez, If You Had My Love. Like who? Jennifer
Yeah.
Lopez was out in 1999.
Waiting
Yep.
for tonight.
Yep.
I'm
She-
like, oh my God. I mean,
Yeah,
there's so much good music, I mean, even the song that I hate the most, but still, it was part of that period. Sarah McLachlan, Angel. Like, ugh. But it still reminds
Poor
me,
puppies.
and I love that period.
All right, Mr. Mayor, it sounds like you're the only one who wants to dip into free agency. So I'm going to let you dip into free agency for one song that you want to change. What is it?
I would change mine from Magic Carpet Ride to Bittersweet Symphony.
All right, I'm going to go back and we will change that. The
That's fair.
soundtrack.
Like it was literally on my list, and I was trying to decide, but I didn't realize what we were going for on this list necessarily. So I was trying to incorporate some of the old way back when with what that was
Sure.
going on. Bittersweet Symphony is definitely a better one for this list for me.
You don't have that shit today, do you? They don't have those groups anymore. Those type of songs.
No, they absolutely don't. Music sucks now.
Oh,
Music doesn't fully suck now. There's actually a lot of good stuff that's out there right now. It's just we're in a nostalgia moment, but there is some good stuff out there. But it's just a song like Bittersweet Symphony, you just don't hear that type of song these days.
Absolutely.
And-
You know what else you don't hear? I'm surprised nobody picked What's Your Fantasy by Ludacris as a rap song.
Great song, but I mean, shit, you can only pick some from, it's
There were
Some of
so
my-
many
some of my-
Eminem songs that year. For real.
No one even mentioned Everlast, What It's Like.
Oh, no, yep. That's
a
I-
phenomenal song.
I mean, you mentioned Smash Mouth at one point. I had All Star on my pop filters. Take a Picture was also 1999. My backup love song. Go ahead.
Aguilera had a few songs that popped for singles in '99.
Jay-Z, Can I Get a What?
My backup love song was Thank God I Found You by Mariah Carey. If somebody happened to have taken my other Mariah Carey song. But yeah.
Enrique Iglesias, Bailamos. Bailamos.
Yeah, I didn't really hear it.
Loca.
That was like the one good thing from that Wild Wild West movie.
Wait. I love Wild Wild West as a silly, stupid song, though. Like as a pop song that you could throw away. Him and Cisco. So the top 99 of 99, we did this on a previous podcast, but Steal My Sunshine's on there. Nobody's Real, Power Man 5000, Higher by Creed. This was the TRL top 99 of 99. Sorry. So Take a Picture by Filter. Feeling So Good by J-Lo. Still Dre. She's All I Ever Had with Ricky Martin. Only God Knows Why by Kid.
Favorite Ricky Martin song.
From the Bottom of My Broken Heart by Britney Spears.
Oh.
Hard Knock Life, the ghetto anthem with Jay-Z.
Great song.
Around the World, Red Hot Chili Peppers, My Own Worst Enemy by Lit, New for No Doubt. I could never take the place of what?
Man.
Is that Jordan Knight? I don't know what the total. Yeah. So Learn to Fly by Foo Fighters, Angels by Robbie Williams. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
That was another one that was like, what? This guy came out of nowhere, just crossed over the pond and sang that one out.
Will Smith, Miami.
I Need to Know by Mark Anthony. Satisfy You by Puff Daddy featuring R. Kelly.
Oh yeah.
You Don't Know Me by Brandy. Because of You, 98 Degrees. Body Movin' could have been some of the top rap song.
Yeah.
Praise You by Fatboy Slim.
Oh.
American Woman, Lenny Kravitz. Bugaboo, Destiny's Child.
Bugaboo.
Shake Your Bon Bon by Ricky Martin.
Wow.
Candy by Mandy Moore. Scar Tissue by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Holla Holla by Ja Rule, sorry. Thank God I Found You by Mariah Carey.
Mariah.
Role Model by Eminem. Rock is Dead by Marilyn Manson. Waiting for Tonight. Once again, J-Lo was so smoking hot in that music video.
Oh, yeah.
Guerrilla Radio with Rage Against the Machine by Rage Against the Machine. Someday by Sugar Ray. Duel of the Fates was a top 99 of 99 for TRL. Summer Girls, LFO. Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz. Goodbye by the Spice Girls. Smooth by Santana. What a Girl Wants, Christina. Bum Bum Song by Tom Green.
My bum is on the Swedish.
My bum is on the lips. My bum is on your lips. Will 2K. Stitches. In Together Now by Limp Bizkit. Stay the Same by Joey McIntyre. No sex.
Together now. Damn.
No sex in the champagne room.
Chris Rock.
Falling Away from Me by Korn. What's It Gonna Be by Busta Rhymes featuring.
Are you reading the whole chart?
I'm close. Yeah, I'm not gonna go through. You're right. We're good. But yeah, so a lot of fun songs.
I was enjoying it. I wasn't gonna stop you.
But you go ahead and go into the category 2000 now too.
We're good. So Shane, how's this now?
What's that?
How's this work now?
How does this work now? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do up some graphics. I'm going to take all of each of our set lists in the order that we put them, write them out as if they were a mixtape or a mixed CD. I guess we should do a mixed CD. We were burning CDs in '99, so I'm going to do it on a CD, and I'm going to write out all of these tracks in the order that we drafted them in and whatnot. We're going to throw them up on the Facebook group after this podcast drops. And we're gonna see who thinks of the four of us has the best selection of songs that they would want to listen to.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
I can't. I just don't even know who's going to win that.
yeah, well, I mean, you think you've got the banger, and I mean, we'll see.
I don't know. I feel pretty
I don't
confident.
expect to win. I did not do this to win. I did this for the songs that I wanted associated with my name. I don't expect to win at all. I'm fine coming in fourth place. But I got the songs that I wanted, and that's what makes me happy. So,
So let me ask you a question real fast.
yeah, ask me a question. Let's go.
Man, what do we consider a rock song?
So,
Because there's a song on my list that I want on my list when we make these final banger mixtapes that I just it would just be the best end song to a mixtape.
why don't you put it as your pop song? I'll let you go back and change your pop song if you want to.
Okay, same question. What makes
You
a
wanna
rock
change-
song? When we
you wanna
consider
change-
the light, funky ones, Summer Girls a rock song?
Let's find out. I'll ask. Let's find out. Summer Girls is a 1999 single by LFO that is considered.
Somebody should do an update on that.
Well, Wikipedia doesn't even want to label LFO Summer Girls.
They play
So-
LFO on B105.7.
Let's just go
By
look at
definition.
let's just go look at LFO.
Bum 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 bum. I love Panda
LFO is
Express.
considered an American pop and hip hop band. So I do not believe I can give you rock for that. I'm
I
sorry.
have to agree on that.
I think this whole game is
Why are we
rigged.
so? Why are we so?
He's even got an
Why are we so
acoustic
stuck on
guitar in the
rock?
video.
Why are we so stuck on rock?
What's that?
Why are we so stuck on rock? We're never stuck on any other category except for rock.
No, well, because Troy's trying to get a song that is not a rock song to be a rock song. So I'm telling him that he can replace his pop song. I let Jason pull from free agency. Do you want to pull from free agency and change your pop song before we finalize our rosters?
No, I'm good with what I have. I just think it's bullshit that I
before
can't
Tariq-
have all that I want.
Well, I mean, that's unfortunately the way the cookie crumbles when it comes to categorization of music.
Especially like seeing as how you guys' argument seems to be like, yes, we agree that this song is played on B105.7, which is labeled soft rock, but I just don't want you to have to because you're
today
kicking
it
our ass
technically
so bad. So no.
I mean,
80s to
dude,
now.
I listen to B105.7, and yes, I have heard the Backstreet Boys on there, but I've heard it on there when they do their weekend shit that is not limited to just soft rock music. I hear rap music on B105.7.
They do. They don't play rap.
Yes, they do. I listen to B105.7 on the weekends. They do. They play rap music on there.
Okay.
The next time,
Yeah,
the
they
next
play,
time
like,
I got my
Christmas and
iPhone
holidays.
radio-
Don't say don't even. I can't even though it is a rap song, like I can't even call it rap. Like Coolio's Gangster's Paradise. Like
I
that's-
heard that on the radio this weekend. Actually, now that you bring that one up,
Shots fired,
Yep.
Coolio.
so I will.
But they're
I
not.
will
But like
see on
B105 is not
iHeartRadio.
playing little Troy want to be a baller.
Why
No,
not?
I've never heard
Just-
that song on there.
It's just not.
Is that because it's not a rock song?
It's because
not
it's
soft
black
rock?
as hell.
So it's
Oh,
not soft
geez.
rock because it's not
It is
played
not
on B105.
appropriate. It is not appropriate for the dentist office, Troy.
I mean,
Jason,
like
we're gonna
here's the
fact-checking
funny
stuff
thing. Here's
here.
the funny thing. What's her name? Who's the lady that passed in the early 2000s, mid 2000s? a drug overdose. She became more popular when she passed.
Amy Winehouse?
Amy Winehouse.
Okay.
It's like you could get away with Amy Winehouse rehab on B105, but and that's talking about rehab. And some guys is talking about being a baller, shot caller, 20H blades, just all about his car.
Yep.
Hey, so we agree that Lil Troy is definitively not soft rock.
We do.
It's not played on B105.7.
It's so far from it, it's ridiculous. It's so far from it.
So, but we can't all agree.
Babyface couldn't even like adult contemporary remix that shit to fit on B105.7.
But we can't all agree that the inverse, the song that is played on B105.7, is indeed soft rock.
Well, it's beyond soft rock though on B105.
Oh man!
And that includes this week's episode of.
Hold on, let's. I'm gonna look up B105.7's website, and I'm gonna.
It's like 80s to now.
The 80s, 90s, and today. There's not fucking anything on here about playing only rock music. It is the 80s.
Well, what Troy is thinking is their old slogan was B105.7, soft rock for a busy world.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
And so they were just like
B105.7, soft rock for a busy world.
And it was like, tell me why.
That would totally play on that station.
See?
Back then, you're right.
I want it that way would be considered a soft rock, pop rock, soft rock. It just kind of, it's
My
going both
playlist
parts,
is soft rock for a busy world. And want to be a baller.
Especially with Back That Ass Up. So just that would play on B105.7 for sure.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. We all agree that I want it that way as a rock song, and that I should just get in rock. That's good.
All
I like
agree.
we all
Nobody agrees with you. There is no one that agrees with
Everybody
you.
just agreed.
No, nobody agrees. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry at all, but
somebody gonna say Drew Hill was a pop group?
Oh, I mean, I'd take that side. Drew Hill was pop.
Drew Hill?
Drew Hill, pop.
Drew Hill was R&B.
I mean, that's what you'd be R&B, but it was pop R&B. They had some really poppy music.
The thong song.
That was Cisco.
Yeah, but he was in Drew Hill.
Yeah, right, same difference. Like they're all the same.
Just like the Fugees and Lauryn Hill are the same thing, right?
That's the Wham song, sir. Take your George Michael slander elsewhere.
I do not consider Cisco thong song to be Drew Hill. That's a completely Cisco went R&B pop, and Drew Hill was more R&B, and they had one crossover hit with the Rush Hour 2 soundtrack.
Yeah, it was Rush Hour 1.
Rush Hour 1?
Yeah, it was on the first Rush Hour soundtrack.
All right, y'all got your street card cred tonight. All right, cool.
I drafted Mariah Carey.
Going off her badge. So
word, guys, I appreciate your time with this. I wanted to do this for the last 4 months. I'm glad we finally made it work. I'm glad we. What are you doing?
Seeing if I could get Troy's head, but.
Oh man, Troy, you look so unamused. It sucks when you get overruled, doesn't it?
Dude, it sucks when you have like a rock solid fucking argument, pun intended, and people just stare it in the face like it's nothing because they're just like, "Oh, no, you're too good at this. We can't give you everything." And it's just like
it's just because you're wrong.
Well, Troy, this is going to make great commentary for the Laserdisc edition. Okay, we're going to deep dive into like behind the scenes and
look, dude, like we're coming for the election commission in this county. This is fucking bullshit. Like we're gonna find the votes, and all you guys like will be subject to my wrath. Like it's fine. Like I want it that way. The people want it that way. Like y'all about to learn.
The people want you to put things in the
I
right
needed that
categories.
laugh. I really needed that laugh badly to wrap up. I needed
Yeah.
that laugh.
Guys,
You know what, Shane?
yes,
Please,
sir. Tell me.
please give it to Troy, because I think after that speech, he really deserved it, because that really tickled me. That was really funny.
No, I mean, I'm happy that your drunk ass is tickled, but no, rules are rules. We have categories for a reason.
2-2. All I got to
No.
do is sway Mayor now.
I gotta sway me that's
How
right.
long we got? How long we got?
Look here, I will
Not
fight
happy.
tooth and nail to the day for Backstreet Boys, but Lil Troy, I cannot get the weekend. That is not a pop rock song. It's not a rock song.
Kids, have you ever heard of a filibuster?
Philip, oh,
Like,
are you going to
I'm gonna be
stand up
here
here
all
and
night.
talk
Let
for
me go
hours?
get a glass of water. So anyway,
Oh, I got a small cup.
soft rock for a busy world.
no, nope, nope.
Mayor,
Disallowed.
Mayor, this can all be
Disallowed.
over with just like a
Bad
simple.
news to the end of the podcast.
Nope. 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 So, Supreme Court of Shane rules. No.
I think we need a fifth vote.
Well, we don't. We don't. Like, I control everything. I control the editing of this.
In baseball, tie goes to the runner, right? I'm the one running. Let's go.
No, I'm sorry. No. No.
So basically, what you're telling me is like all the musical people over here, me, the radio DJ, like the people that actually like know our shit and like studied and like did all this shit, are getting overruled by like y'all.
By oh, you don't want to label me?
I mean, you chose like 5 Creed songs, didn't you?
Kevin Smith of our friend group.
That is honestly the greatest compliment I think I've ever gotten on this podcast, Mr. Richardson. I appreciate that.
Oh gosh.
Oh man. Well, a great episode. I mean, I've had a lot of fun. Mr. Mayor, any last comments?
I'm good.
You're good? Mr. Richardson, any final thoughts?
I'm good, man. 1999 was a good year. I don't know what the fuck else you could pull out of 1999, because you have milked the hell out of that year, but it was a good year though.
I really have. I will not argue with that. It's probably been about 40
Maybe we could-
episodes.
Maybe
Go
we
ahead.
could do a worst of 99.
Well, there's nothing bad that happened in 99. What are you talking
Yes,
about?
there is. Mambo number 5.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't think I could get. I don't think I can do a worse than 99. I can't think.
Remember Genuine? So anxious. Maybe at 11:30. Is that too soul for y'all?
No.
No.
Do you remember that song?
Yes.
So anxious. All right, hum it to me a little bit.
Mm.
What?
And on that note, Troy, any final thoughts? I can't wait to hear this.
That should be the beginning tease of your episode.
What's that? What beginning tease?
Dude,
up?
there's nothing I can say other than like history will judge you. Like, I'm still gonna collect this win. It will be tainted. All the people will know that it has been tainted by the fact that you guys just like took away what would have clearly been just a landslide victory for me. And
You know what?
honestly, like, history will judge you, and everybody will know that you're on the wrong side of history, Shane.
Cool.
And they're
I
just gonna
want
be
his-
like, "Hey, dude."
I want history on my side right now. Mr. Mayor, will you please get your phone out?
Sure.
Will you
And
jump
even
on
though
Facebook?
seven bangers deep,
Get on
like
Facebook
are
for me real
good
quick.
enough to win this competition, like walking away. I want you to know that like some of those votes could have been yours, but like
No,
you
no.
bullshitted around and you wanted to like fucking steal an election, and the people know that. So every vote for me is really just a vote against you.
Shane, why don't you let the population vote on it?
That's what we're
Put
going
that
to do.
out
Mr. Mayor, will you please go to the
You
Shane
will-
Talks Facebook group? Or will you please ask the question? We're doing this live as we're recording. Please ask the question, is The Backstreet
I want it that way. Soft
I
rock for
want
a
it
busy
that
world.
way. A rock.
Soft rock for a busy world.
Do you consider the Backstreet Boys "I Want It That Way" a
To be
rock,
soft rock for a busy world.
a rock song?
Nope. You got to frame it the right way because you're framing it
The
as like
category
rock
is
song.
rock song.
Yeah,
Category
no.
song.
Just ask. Hey, is this a soft rock song? Throw the word
It's
soft
not
in
an
there.
Ozzy Osbourne rock song.
I'm putting rock, not rock.
Soft rock.
Okay.
I'll give you
I like that. Yeah, rock, not rock. That way they can determine what level of rock they consider it.
I'll put not rock, soft rock and not soft rock as your two options.
Okay. So, Croy, live on the podcast, I will make this statement. Well, no, because I don't know if I'll have to.
Y'all need to get a U-Haul and move on from this. Like,
Man, first of all, like, nah, dude. Like, I want like people to show their IDs, and I want like handwritten ballots. I don't even have Facebook, so this is already slanted against me. Like, this is this is election interference again on you guys' part. Like, you guys control all the messaging here.
You said you wanted the people to determine if it was a rock song or
Dog,
not. We're asking the people. We're
dog.
asking the people. He even changed it to what you wanted, not what I wanted. So this
Am
is
I gonna die in the fucking gulag, Putin? Like, is that how this goes for your like the people that try and run against this like cadre of power? Like, okay.
Says, hey everyone, please let us know if the Backstreet Boys song "I Want It That Way" is soft rock or not soft rock.
Soft rock for a busy world.
we could be considered.
I'll change it to that.
The better wording is, could you consider it soft rock? Because it's more than just. It's not. It's. I mean, it's a chameleon. It's a crossover song. So it's a pop song. It's an adult contemporary. It's soft rock. You know. I mean,
Not soft rock.
There's nothing rock about that song at all.
There's a guitar at the beginning.
Oh my gosh, it's not a rock guitar. I could literally, there's classical music that has guitars in it that I would not consider.
But you know what? If we were at a concert, you would see people up there on basses and guitars and shit playing this song.
Hey, Jaybird, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do they do that in R&B concerts?
Was it what?
How long have you been on the radio?
Well, I mean, I've been retired for 4 years from radio, but I did radio from 93 to COVID. 27 years.
So 27 years of expertise, you would say that you are somewhat of like an expert on like radio formats, right?
No. This is somebody's opinion.
I Want It That Way was a pop song that crossed over to adult contemporary, which is soft rock.
No, adult contemporary doesn't mean soft rock.
VH1.
It's still a song, but that song is still a soft rock song.
I think his vote should count as two because like he's got all the actual experience in the field. You're just a guy, and you're just another guy.
You're good. Okay, you're right. I'm wrong. I'm good.
I don't even remember what song we're talking about now. I Want It That Way.
Tell me why.
I Want It That Way. All right, let's dive deep into this and see. I mean, it's literally a pop ballad, so we're just gonna start with that. Who is listed as the guitarist on this song? That's what I want to know. The guitarist on this song probably isn't one because I don't believe there is a guitar on this song.
Not actually a guitar.
Yeah, I don't actually believe there's a guitar on here.
It's okay. It's okay.
Just because the word rock does not. I mean, it can be used in different.
You shouldn't even get a vote on this. That's crap.
There isn't a guitar in the song "Rock Me Amadeus."
Okay. All right, guys. I'm good.
It's quite literally called "Rock Me Amadeus."
I'm tapping out. Calling it a night.
Guys, Thank you for being a part of this episode. I
Thank
appreciate it. I'm
you.
sorry for how argumentative we got down here at the end. I can't wait to see what the Facebook result is on this. Troy, no matter what, I'm not changing your answers. They're going to stay with what they are. And thank you for making this happen. I hope we do another draft in the future. I think it could be a lot of fun with another category. Maybe drafting a cast for a movie could be a lot more fun. Not necessarily a lot more fun, but probably a lot less argumentative than we got tonight. But great episode, lots of fun. I appreciate you guys, and I look forward to seeing the results of who you thought won this this draft. So
People's champ.
next month is going to be our May the 4th episode. I am currently in the process of securing our 2 guests for that, but we will, as always, drop a couple of days late because we drop on the May the 4th to celebrate Star Wars Day. Yeah, so looking forward to that, and we will be back in a month.